Welcome to the Apple Daily News. This podcast is created by Generative AI. Today is 20 September 2024, and we're diving into the latest developments in the world of Apple technology. From new file formats and operating system updates to regulatory challenges and innovative features, we've got a lot to cover. Links to all stories can be found in the episode notes. Apple has introduced the JPEG XL file type in its iPhone 16 series, promising enhanced image quality and smaller file sizes compared to traditional JPEGs. JPEG XL, standardized in 2022, is already supported by various Apple applications and Adobe software, but it has not yet gained widespread adoption, particularly in popular web browsers like Chrome and Firefox. The format can reduce file sizes by up to 55% while maintaining visually lossless quality, addressing many limitations of the older JPEG format, such as lack of HDR support and compression artifacts. Apple's implementation wraps JPEG XL files in a DNG container, allowing ProRAW files to be significantly smaller, up to 5 times less than standard JPEGs, while retaining flexibility. However, the format's limited support outside Apple's ecosystem may pose challenges for users who rely on software that does not support JPEG XL. Despite these concerns, Apple believes that the benefits of JPEG XL, including improved compression and quality, will appeal to photographers. The environmental impact of using JPEG XL is also noteworthy, as smaller file sizes can lead to reduced energy consumption and lower carbon emissions. While JPEG XL's advantages are clear, its future adoption remains uncertain, and users will need to evaluate their workflows to determine if the format suits their needs. Overall, JPEG XL represents a significant advancement in image technology, particularly for iPhone users, but its success will depend on broader industry acceptance. Apple's recent release of macOS 15, named Sequoia, has led to significant issues with various cybersecurity tools from companies like CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, and Microsoft. Users have reported that the update has disrupted the functionality of these security products, causing frustration among developers and users alike. Patrick Wardle, a macOS security expert, expressed his discontent, highlighting the recurring problems developers face when Apple releases updates that negatively impact their tools. CrowdStrike's sales engineer noted that the company had to delay support for Sequoia due to unexpected changes in the network stack, which they are currently addressing. Other vendors, including ESET and SentinelOne, have also warned customers against upgrading until their products are compatible with the new OS. Reports from users on platforms like Reddit indicate widespread issues, including network connection problems and malfunctions with Microsoft Defender. Security researchers have identified specific problems, such as the OS firewall blocking web access and DNS issues. Despite the outcry, Apple has not yet responded to requests for comment regarding these issues. The situation underscores the challenges faced by cybersecurity firms when adapting to new operating system updates from major tech companies like Apple. The European Union has initiated proceedings to compel Apple to enhance interoperability between iOS and third-party devices, including smartwatches and headphones, as part of the Digital Markets Act, DMA. The EU Commission will provide specific guidelines on how Apple should enable integration with iOS features like notifications and device pairing, with a deadline of 6 months for compliance. This move marks the first time the EU has undertaken specification proceedings under the DMA, aimed at ensuring that gatekeeper platforms like iOS are compatible with external hardware. Apple has responded by emphasizing its commitment to user privacy and security, stating that it has developed over 250,000 APIs for developers. The company expressed concerns that excessive interoperability requirements could compromise user safety. The EU's Margrethe Vestager highlighted the importance of constructive dialogue to clarify compliance expectations for Apple and third-party developers. Apple is already under scrutiny for potential breaches of the DMA, particularly regarding its App Store practices, and has faced significant fines in related cases. The new interoperability requirements could lead to further updates in Apple's operating systems to meet EU standards, or the company may face penalties for non-compliance. Lenovo has announced that its upcoming laptops, featuring Intel's Lunar Lake architecture, will outperform Apple's M2 and M3 chips in terms of battery life. A promotional video released by Lenovo demonstrates a battery rundown test where the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Aura Edition, equipped with Lunar Lake, lasted an impressive 23 hours and 54 minutes. This duration surpasses the battery life of MacBooks with M2 and M3 processors by nearly 5.5 hours. The test involved local video playback at 150 nits brightness using a 1080p 24fps H.264 video file. Additionally, Dell has claimed that its Lunar Lake XPS 13 model achieved 26 hours of battery life under similar conditions. However, competition is expected from Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Elite Plus chips, which reportedly offer up to 27 hours of video playback. The Lunar Lake CPU used in Lenovo's test was the Core Ultra 7 258-4, paired with 32GB of DDR5 memory and running Windows 11 24H2. This new architecture marks Intel's first chip manufactured exclusively by TSMC on a 3nm process and introduces embedded memory akin to Apple's M-series chips. While the initial results are promising, further benchmarks will be necessary to fully assess Lunar Lake's performance against its competitors. Laptops featuring the Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPUs are set to be available for purchase starting September 24, 2024. Apple has announced the rollout of its new personal intelligence system, Apple Intelligence, which will be available starting next month with the release of iOS 18.1, iPadOS 18.1, and macOS Sequoia 15.1. This system integrates generative models with personal context to enhance user experience across devices, including the newly launched iPhone 16 lineup, which features advanced A18 chips. Initially, Apple Intelligence will launch in US English, with plans to expand to other English-speaking countries and additional languages over the next year. Key features include writing tools for text refinement across various applications, a cleanup tool in Photos to remove distractions, and enhanced audio recording and summarization capabilities in the Notes and Phone apps. Notifications will be summarized to prioritize important messages, and Siri will receive a redesign for improved interaction, allowing users to switch seamlessly between text and voice commands. Future updates will introduce features like Image Playground for creating images, Image Wand for enhancing notes visually, and the ability to generate custom emojis. Apple emphasizes privacy, with many processors running on-device, and a private cloud compute system that ensures user data is not stored or shared. The initial features will be available in beta next month, with broader functionality expected in the following months. Apple has upgraded the remote app on the Apple Watch with the release of watchOS 11, allowing it to fully replace the physical Siri remote for Apple TV. Previously, the remote app offered limited functionality, enabling users to play or pause videos and navigate the tvOS interface, but lacked essential features like volume control. The new updates now allow users to adjust the volume using the digital crown, invoke Siri by holding the digital crown, and access additional options like muting audio and turning the Apple TV on or off through a three-dot menu. This enhancement makes the Apple Watch a more convenient option for controlling Apple TV, especially for those who often misplace their remotes. The integration highlights the seamless connectivity within Apple's ecosystem, where devices work together efficiently. Users are encouraged to explore the new capabilities of the remote app and share their experiences. Overall, this update significantly enhances the usability of the Apple Watch as a remote control for Apple TV. Apple's AirPods Pro 2 have received FDA approval to function as over-the-counter hearing aids through a software update. This announcement was made during Apple's It's Glow Time event, where the iPhone 16 was also unveiled. The FDA's approval marks the introduction of the first over-the-counter hearing aid software device, which aims to improve accessibility for adults with mild to moderate hearing loss. The FDA's Michelle Tarver emphasized the importance of this development in addressing the public health issue of hearing loss affecting millions of Americans. The new hearing aid feature will be available in iOS 18, allowing users to conduct a hearing test through their AirPods Pro 2. Users must demonstrate mild to moderate hearing loss to utilize the feature, or they can upload results from a medical professional. The functionality adjusts frequency levels to amplify important sounds, such as human voices, enhancing the listening experience for users. This initiative follows the FDA's 2022 decision to allow the sale of hearing aids without prescriptions, fostering a new market for accessible hearing devices. Apple has introduced a method for sideloading apps on its devices, including iPhones, iPads, Apple TVs, Apple Watches, and Vision Pro, without jailbreaking. This official method allows developers to sideload apps for testing and development, with a paid developer account enabling unlimited sideloading, while free accounts are limited to 3 apps per Apple ID. The primary tool for sideloading is Xcode, but there are alternative tools like SideStore and Sideloadly that simplify the process, especially for iOS and iPadOS users. For those opting for the free route, apps sideloaded with a free developer account must be refreshed every 7 days. SideStore allows on-device management after initial setup, while Sideloadly requires a computer for updates. Alternatively, users can purchase signing certificates from third-party services to sideload apps without a developer account, with services like App Testers and CraverSign being popular options. Once a certificate is obtained, users can utilize apps like Feather or eSign for sideloading. Decrypted IPAs, which are necessary for sideloading, can be obtained from various sources, and users can also inject tweaks into these apps. The article lists several popular apps and tweaks available for sideloading, encouraging users to join communities for updates and resources. Overall, while the process can be complex, it opens up new possibilities for app usage on Apple devices. Microsoft has released an updated version of its Windows app for Mac, which allows users to securely connect to Windows environments, including remote PCs and virtual desktops. The app, now named Windows App, features a revamped connection center that organizes remote resources into devices, apps, and favorites pages. Users can access Windows Professional, Enterprise, and Server systems, as well as managed resources published by administrators. Key functionalities include audio and video streaming, folder redirection, clipboard sharing, and support for multiple monitors. The latest version, 11.0, also introduces support for frontline cloud PCs and cloud PC device actions like restart and restore. The app has received a positive average rating of 4.6 out of 5, with users praising its speed and smooth performance, although some have reported bugs and UI issues. Notable complaints include problems with session resumption after sleep and file transfer errors. The app is free to download and requires macOS 12.0 or later, supporting multiple languages. Microsoft emphasizes user privacy, stating that data linked to users may be collected, including identifiers and usage data. The app is designed for business use, providing a unified client experience for accessing Windows in the cloud securely. Swapnil Sahai, co-founder of Mangalytics, developed the app SwingVision to provide tennis players with professional-level metrics using artificial intelligence. Initially launched in 2016 for the Apple Watch and later expanded to iPhone and iPad in 2019, the app allows users to analyze their performance by tracking serve speed, shot consistency, and footwork. Sahai, who had no prior coding experience, taught himself Swift to create the app, inspired by his desire for the same insights that professional players receive. The app not only tracks performance, but also compiles highlight reels of users' best moments on the court. A future update will introduce a line judging feature, enhancing its functionality. Sahai faced significant challenges during development, particularly in training the AI to track shots accurately, which was resolved with a simple code adjustment after extensive troubleshooting. Notable tennis players, Andy Roddick and James Blake, are investors in the app, with Roddick's interest peaked during a chance encounter when Sahai helped him locate his lost iPhone. Currently, SwingVision is popular among club players and is expanding its reach to high school athletes and casual players. Sahai aims to make tennis more accessible by automating scoring and simplifying the game's unique rules, ultimately enhancing the experience for all players. That's all for today's episode of the Apple Daily News. We hope you found these updates insightful and informative. Remember, you can find links to all the stories we discussed in the episode notes. Join us again tomorrow for more news and insights from the world of Apple technology. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.